St. Augustine lecture on the Gospel of John, Tractatus 4, following. For mark, beloved brethren, how true it is what I say. When John was conceived, or rather when he was born, the Holy Spirit prophesied that this would be fulfilled in him. And he shall be, he said, the forerunner of the highest, in the spirit and power of Elijah. Luke chapter 1 verse 17. What does it signify in the spirit and power of Elijah? In the same Holy Spirit in the womb of Elijah. Wherefore in womb of Elijah? Because what Elijah will be to the second, that John was to the first advent. Rightly therefore, speaking literally, did John reply, for the Lord spoke figuratively, Elijah the same is John. But he, as I have said, spoke literally when he said, I am not Elijah. Neither did John speak falsely, nor did the Lord speak falsely. Neither was the word of the herald, nor of the judge false, if only you understand. But who shall understand? He who shall have imitated the lowliness of the herald and shall have acknowledged the loftiness of the judge. For nothing was more lowly than the herald. My brethren, in nothing had John greater merit than in his humility, inasmuch as when he was able to deceive men and to be thought Christ and to have been received in the place of Christ, for so great were his grace and his excellency. Nevertheless, he openly confessed and said, I am not the Christ. Are you Elijah? If he had said, I am Elijah, it would have been as if Christ were already coming in his second advent to judge, not in his first to be judged. As if saying Elijah is yet to come, I am not, said he, Elijah. But give heed to the lowly one before whom John came, that you may not feel the lofty one before whom Elijah came. For thus also did the Lord complete the saying, John the Baptist is he which is to come. He came as a figure of that in which Elijah is to come in his own person. Then Elijah will in his own proper person be Elijah. Now in similitude he was John. Now John in his own proper person is John, in similitude Elijah. The two heralds gave to each other their similitudes and kept their own proper persons. But the judge is one Lord, whether preceded by this herald or by that. And they asked him, What then? Are you Elijah? And he said, No. And they said unto him, Are you a prophet? And he answered, No. They said therefore unto him, Who are you? That we may give an answer to them that sent us. What do you say of yourself? He said, I am the voice of one crying in the wilderness. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 3. That said Isaiah, this prophecy was fulfilled in John. I am the voice of one crying in the wilderness. Crying what? Prepare you the way of the Lord, make straight the path of our God. Would it not have seemed to you that a herald would have cried, Go away, make room? Instead of the herald's cry, Go away, John says, Come. The herald makes men stand back from the judge. To the judge, John calls. Yes, indeed, John calls men to the lowly one, that they may not experience what he will be as the exalted judge. I am the voice of one crying in the wilderness, Prepare you the way of the Lord, as said the prophet Elijah. He did not say, I am John, I am Elijah, I am a prophet. What did he say? This I am called, the voice of one crying in the wilderness, Prepare you the way for the Lord. I am the prophecy itself. And they which were sent were of the Pharisees, that is, of the chief men among the Jews. And they asked him and said unto him, Why do you baptize then, if you be not the Christ, nor Elijah, nor a prophet? As if it seemed to them audacity to baptize, as if they meant to inquire, In what character do you baptize? We ask whether you are the Christ. You say that you are not. We ask whether you perchance are his precursor, for we know that before the advent of Christ, Elijah will come. You answered that you were not. We ask if perchance you are some herald come long before, that is a prophet, and have received that power. And you say that you are not a prophet. And John was not a prophet. He was greater than a prophet. The Lord gave such testimony concerning him. What went you out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken with the wind? Of course, implying that he was not shaken by the wind, because John was not such an one as is moved by the wind. For he who is moved by the wind is blown upon by every seductive blast. But what went you out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? For John was clothed in rough garments, that is, his tunic was of camel's hair. Behold, they who are clothed in soft raiment are in kings' houses. You did not then go out to see a man clothed in soft raiment, but what went you out for to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you, one greater than a prophet is here. Matthew chapter 11, verse 7 to 9. For the prophets prophesied of Christ a long time before, John pointed out him as present.